Hi, I'm Captain Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. This week we've been having light winds. We've been coming out on the south end of the jetties early in the morning. We've been dropping live shrimp or cut menhaden or cut skipjack, using about a 2-ounce weight right on top of the hook. Getting out here in 15 to 18 foot of water, 19 foot of water, and dropping them baits straight down right on top of these rocks at the end of the jetties. We've been catching redfish out here. There have been a few black drum out here. The triggerfish have moved in, so there's a lot of triggerfish out here right now also. A lot of small ones, but there are a few nicer size ones. If you don't get them on the south end of the jetty, the north jetty has been holding also good redfish through here. If the winds are light enough and the seas are calm enough, we've been running out to the surf. The surf has been holding good trout all down the beach right now. We've been fishing the third gut, working on the second gut. All your trout are going to be in that second and third gut. If you can get up tighter and get your baits into that first gut, them redfish have been up there real tight up on the shoreline. We've been using cut skipjack, been using cut menhaden for the redfish. So there's a lot of good fish all the way down to the ranch house. A lot of people are running down to Cedar Bayou, but you're not having to run that far. If you don't get them in the first spot, just move on down. Sometimes you have to start out a little deeper, get in that third gut. If you don't catch them in third gut, jump that third sandbar, get into the second gut. We've been using live croaker out there for them trout. Like I said, the redfish have all been on menhaden or cut skipjack, and they've all been up there real tight on the beach. When you're out here in the surf, be very careful. You'd like it to have as calm a water as possible. You do want it to have a little ripple. That way the fish don't spook so easy. But there's a lot of good fish out here in the surf. Just don't get too close to that beach. We don't want anybody getting their boat stuck up there on the sandbar or up there on the beach. So if you haven't been out there, be very careful. Start out deeper, work your way in until you feel comfortable. But be very careful. But there's a lot of good fish in the surf. Close inshore, there have been a lot of kingfish running a few miles offshore right now. So a lot of the guides have been catching their trout early in the morning, and then they've been running offshore a few miles out and trolling, either with ribbon fish or your favorite deep down plug. And there have been a lot of kingfish out there also. So pick them good days. Get out there, start scouting around, doing some exploring. There's still a lot of good fish all around the jetties and in the surf. For those of you that are staying inside, you want to come back in and get on this Lillian channel edge. The redfish are up tight. Using menhaden, using live shrimp under a popping cork. If you catch skipjack or ladyfish, cut them up. Them redfish have been eating that. Also, they got to be fresh, though. That's one thing about it. Them trout have also been coming all the way down around Quarantine Shoreline. Quarantine Shoreline's been holding some good redfish. They've been holding good trout all through here. And if you don't get them on Quarantine, run on down here to Trailer Island. There's some shell banks through here. Later part of the day, I've been getting in real tight, catching our reds up real tight. And later the day goes on, the trout move out into that deeper water. So if you're not out there first thing in the morning, start working about 3.5 foot of water. And there's still a lot of good fish running all this edge right now. Them fish have been coming into the passes. They've been running down this Lillian edge and working all the way down and just following this edge because these fish are migrating right now. So if you get out here on the North Pass, get out here in 3.5 foot of water. Live croaker's been the ticket right on that drop. Been a lot of good trout running all down this edge and into Blind Pass. So be careful coming into Blind Pass. It does get shallow. You can stick your boat. So if you ain't been through Blind Pass, just take it slow. You might kick up a little mud, find that deeper water. You'll be able to get on through there, even on a deep V boat. All around right now on the north end over here on Mud Island, using live croaker, there have been a lot of trout all along the Mud Island right now on this North Pass. So later as it gets, in the mornings, the deeper them fish become. So if you're looking for your redfish, get in here real tight. Have you some cut manhaden, cut ladyfish. Them redfish have been all around the Mud Island, up tight. There's some broken islands through here. If you can get up there tight enough, you'll see them schools of redfish working. There've also been a few black drum schools being sighted all through here. So get in there, start scouting around. Don't go too fast if you're unfamiliar with it. Just take it slow. Look for them fish. Look for that dirty water. That dirty water will tell you a lot. Also, if there's a lot of good bait being ran through here right now, if you see them schools of mullet, then you know them bigger fish ain't too far away. So take your time. Do some exploring. Look out where you're going. Be courteous to other boaters that are out there fishing. Try not to get too close to them because there's plenty of water out there for everybody. There's plenty of fish for everybody. Out here on the point of Mud Island, early in the morning, we've been catching good trout on this far point. So this point comes way out, it gets shallow, and then fish stack up right here on this point. So get out there, get your favorite bait, take your time, look for the fish, and you'll fill a box. Early in the morning, we've been coming out Ingleside, getting around this Berry Island. Live croaker has been the ticket, or you can use live shrimp under a popping cork. Been still a lot of good trout running all down Berry Island and on down to this shore, all the way down to the rock piles. The rock piles been holding good trout also. Just take it slow. Have you some live croaker or live shrimp under a popping cork. But them trout have been all around these islands right now. Good fish. There have been some 22s being caught through here. A lot of 17s, 18s, but good box fish. If you get your cut menhaden or cut skipjack and you can get up real tight on these islands, there's a lot of shell on these points right here. Them redfish get stacked all through here right now on this back side out in front of Berry Island. So if you'll just get your cut bait and just soak you some cut bait or even live mullet's been a good way to go. There's a lot of good fish all around this area right now. Also, if you work it on down up tight, them redfish been working all through here. If you come on the inside, there have been some good spots of drum all through here also. So them drum are coming through. They're making their way down. If you can just take your time, get on your trolling motor, get up high, you'll see them schools of drum. Later part of the day, when it gets hot, they come up to the top, and you can really see the school. Main thing is take your time, try not to spook them. If you do spook them, they go down, but it don't take just about 10 minutes, and they'll come right back up. So if you can take your time and don't go too fast, you'll find those fish. Just look for them. That's the main thing right now. This week I have tried something a little different. I've been coming over here to Ingleside and getting up all around these docks and these rock piles running all around Chenier and Oxy through here. There have been black drum through here on live shrimp. There have been mangrove snappers. I haven't seen mangrove snappers in over a year. But them mangrove snappers are coming in from the Gulf. They're starting to spawn. So if you can get you some live shrimp and start working these docks all around Ingleside right now, there are some 2 to 3 pounders. So there's good mangrove snappers starting to come in. And one minute you're catching mangrove snappers, next minute you're catching black drum or even possible redfish. So there's still a lot of good fish around Ingleside right now. Early in the morning, I've been running down here by the golf course out here at Portland, North Shore, and we've been getting our trout out here. There have been a lot of good fish running all these piers right here. Day before yesterday, I seen triple tail out here on these piers. I seen redfish out here. I seen black drum out here. So there's a lot of good fish all around Portland right now. If you run out here to Corpus Christi Bay after you get done over there in Portland, you can get out here on these gas wells out here. These gas wells have been holding trout. They've been holding black drum. There have been triple tail out here. There's a lot of gas wells out here in Corpus Christi Bay. If you'll just get you some live shrimp, is the ticket some days on them trout. And if you got some croaker, live croaker, most definitely have been working. Pick you an offshore platform, take your time, work all the way around it, and if you don't get them on one platform, move on to a next one. Some of these platforms do have a rock base location on them. The ones that do have that, it seems like there's more fish on them, so you'll just have to kind of work from well to well and get familiar with each well that's out there. Even running out here towards Shamrock, there's some other gas wells out here by the Point of Mustang and Shamrock. They've also been holding good numbers of trout. Like I said, the drum are starting to move around. We've also been picking up a few drum, and the triple tail are starting to move around. So every once in a while, we have been catching triple tail. So still a lot of good fish all around these wells out in Corpus Christi Bay. Y'all have a safe one, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Monte.